is Leanne Sammels, who's going to do an amazing physical thing to try to raise money and awareness about muscular dystrophy. Thanks, Leanne, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So you're not walking around the globe like Johnny's interesting fact. No, you're going to ride around Cambodia to raise money for this problem that is out there, with affecting 1 in 1,000 people out there.
Yep, 1 in 1,000 Australians suffer from muscular dystrophy disorder. So that means there's over 30,000 Australians that
just some examples of these disorders. Can you just tell us so people are more familiar with them?
Yeah, well, there's over 60 different disorders. Duchenne muscular dystrophy is one particular disorder that I suppose I know the most about, because I used to do research on that particular disorder. There's limb-girdle muscular dystrophy and Becker muscular dystrophy.
And are these people in wheelchairs? Are they difficulty walking?
That's right, yes. For example, with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, that's a disorder that occurs in boys.
Only boys?
It's very rarely in girls, but the gene, it's a mutation in a gene that's located on the X chromosome. That's why it commonly occurs in boys. Usually they're diagnosed around about the age of 2 or 3, because they're born perfectly healthy, but about that age when they're walking, parents tend to notice that their walking is a little bit unusual and they have difficulty getting up off the floor. Usually they need to be in a wheelchair at least part of the time by the age of 9, and they're permanently in a wheelchair usually by early teens.
Lee, you mentioned that you did some research on some of this. Is that where you got your affinity towards people suffering from muscular dystrophy and why you wanted to do something about it?
Exactly, yeah. I spent about 3 years. I was on a Muscular Dystrophy Association USA grant looking at Duchenne muscular dystrophy in particular, and I got to meet people that have muscular dystrophy, and I got to meet parents. I got to hear their stories. And I met Boris Struck, who's the Executive Director of Muscular Dystrophy Association, and he has a son who has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And although I'm no longer working in the muscular dystrophy field, I've kept in touch with Boris, and he told me about this fantastic fundraising ride through Cambodia.
Great, well tell us a little bit more about it. Cambodia.
Yeah, it's great. It's we're going to be a group of about 30 of us are going to be cycling 512 kilometres through Cambodia. We'll be riding that distance over about 7 days, and all the people riding have some sort of personal connection with someone with muscular dystrophy. There's quite a few parents riding for their children. There's aunties riding for their nephews. There are physiotherapists, other healthcare workers.
And why Cambodia? What's the significance of Cambodia?
I think probably last year it was the first ride they rode through Vietnam. I think it's just, I suppose, doing a bike ride in a completely different culture with different climatic conditions and so on. I guess there's an added challenge to it. So also, I guess it's an amazing, it is an amazing experience to be able to cycle through a place like Cambodia while you're, raising funds for a really worthy cause.
And a challenge. I don't think you could have pinpointed a more correct word. How are you going about getting fit for this?
Right, well, I hadn't actually ridden a bike for probably 20 years.
They say you never forget.
That's right. I made the commitment in March. I went out straight away and bought myself a bike. So I've been training ever since. And I'm a lot more confident now. I feel my fitness improving a lot. And, I'm feeling a lot more confident about being able to complete the challenge. I know I will complete the challenge, yeah.
And the money you've raised, how much are you aiming for, and how much have you raised so far?
Right.
How can people donate your money?
Okay, my goal was to raise $20,000. So far it's just ticked over $7,000. If people would like to donate, there is a website. It's www.challengemd.org, and you can have a look at everyone who's riding has a profile up. My profile's up there as well, and you can there's a sponsor rider button that you can click on, and you can sponsor a rider online.
So that's a terrific website, because you can actually look at the itinerary as well,
right,
and see how hard it's going to be.
You can have a look at the itinerary. It also has a link to the actual Muscular Dystrophy Association website, and so you can actually have a look at all of the fantastic programs they run for people with muscular dystrophy. They also, part of the money will go towards the funding the National Muscular Dystrophy Research Institute, so you can also have a look at the research that they're doing, which is really important.
And sponsoring you, is it, I heard you mention before that I've raised so much money. Is it something that we individually sponsor yourself, or can we do this as a group? Sponsor you as a group?
You mean all the riders?
Yeah.
I think you can sponsor everyone as a group. That information is available online. But every rider has a sponsor rider button. So I'm the only West Australian rider. So
there you go, Leanne.
I'm representing WA. That's right. There are riders from Singapore, New Zealand, all of the states on the East Coast. So yeah, it'd be great if people would go online and sponsor my ride.
Now, some people have difficulty using credit cards and stuff online. Is there other ways that they can donate?
Yes, you can contact NDA direct. They have a postal address if you'd like to send a cheque, or I've set up a Hotmail email address if anyone would like to email me for details about other ways of sponsoring. My Hotmail email address is ChallengeMDrider@hotmail.com, and the MD is in capitals.
Okay.
So it's just ChallengeMD Rider.
Leanne, all the best of luck for your ride around Cambodia.
Thank you.
And I hope you achieve your goal of $20,000. If you are out there listening, I'm sure Leanne needs your help. You can get all of the details to contact Leanne on our website, which is www.wakeup.wa.com. I can hear rain on the roof, Mark.
I know. Maybe we should find out what the weather's going to be like for the rest of the day.
Victoria.